duo back. This is the bad news.
Morning everyone, welcome to our pre-match press conference preview our game against Bournemouth. We'll start off with Alan from Sky.
Well, David, they say a week is a long time in politics, but it is in football as well, isn't it? But you do have a game pretty much straight up to get that Saturday out of your system.
Yeah, we do. But look, you have to take what you get when it comes along. You know, that's the way football is. We had a great result on the Monday night against Man United. Not so good result on Saturday, but that's football for you.
There was a number of individual errors, wasn't there, against Newcastle? Could that be down to the changes in the team, do you think?
Look, the team's done brilliantly well. The team has done so well. It would be. Do you think of how we've done from near enough this time last year to where we are now? How the players have been performing has been fantastic. We had a brilliant win on the Monday night, and we probably went into the Saturday probably still carrying a little bit from that game as well. We certainly carried a couple of small injuries into the game as well. I know that. So, as I said, you know, we played against. I think people think I'm kidding. We played against a really good Newcastle team. They've been building for the last 4 or 5 years and Champions League football, gaining the experience from it as well. So it was a tough game for us. But look, hopefully we'll learn from it.
You talked about after the game about the difference between yourselves and Newcastle. I mean, what do you think is needed here? What are the priorities to get to that sort of level?
A little bit of time to grow it. Let's be fair, Newcastle have spent really well over their 4 or 5 years with the money they've spent, but they've also bought really good players, which is a big thing to get the recruitment right. But takes a bit of time. It's very rarely you can build it immediately and get things correct. So we have to try and do that. We have to try and keep picking up. And as I said, the players have done a brilliant job to get to the level they're at the moment, how well they're doing. I'm really pleased with how they're doing, and we didn't play well on Saturday, but I'm sure we'll pick it up again.
One of the positives on Saturday was another goal for Kieran Dewsbury-Hall.
Yeah.
That's 3 now, I think, this season. Can he really push on and get you more goals from another area of the pitch?
Yeah, I actually thought that. I mean, when Kieran came in, one of the things we talked about, what Kieran talked about, and we did, was that he felt like he'd get his goals, and he thought the way he played would get his goals. So he's been a little bit unlucky on a couple of other occasions. Even the other night, he had a shot blocked, which would have had a great chance. So he's. We need him to get the goals. We've been a little bit short on goals, if anything. And Kieran's been the one who's tending to come up with a few.
And big test at Bournemouth because of the ground and the night game, and the crowd are always up there, aren't they?
Well, we've never at Everton had a great record at Bournemouth, so something we need to go there and change. We've said that about other stadiums, other grounds, so we'll try and go there and make sure we do it. But you're right, it's probably one of the smallest stadiums in the Premier League, if not. But Bournemouth and the managers have done a great job there as well. They're doing an exceptional job in with what they've got available to them.
Thanks, Al. We'll go to Simon at Premier League Productions.
I went up to watch the game that they played at Sunderland on Saturday. In the first 20 minutes, I suppose it's probably the 20 minutes that you don't want them to repeat against you.
No, because they've got that capability. They've got a really high intensity team and big energy team. And I think most teams find it quite difficult going to Bournemouth. But I think it's credits to the managers. They've got a good set of players as well. So tough encounter for any team going there.
Yeah, they've got a few suspended now as well, going into your game. How are you looking player-wise?
We're looking okay, but as I said, we went into the Newcastle game carrying a couple of boys with injuries from the game in midweek, which they played, but possibly on another day, if we'd had other players available, might have altered that. So look, no excuses from that point of view, and I think it's just the time of the year we're getting into. There's a lot of games coming up, repetitive games, and part of it suspensions, injuries. Yeah.
Can I just ask you about Tieno Barry? I thought the fans were brilliant with him on the weekend as well. He thought he'd got that goal, and then it's taken off him. Having come from different country, different language, everything that goes with being a sort of a stranger in a strange land, I guess. How do you keep reminding him of the player that he is? The great player that he can be.
Well, what we've chosen to do at the moment is give him the opportunity to play, to show what he can do. I think it's been great what the supporters have done. They've backed him big time, and it's given him great confidence. But in saying that, to get a cheer from supporters, you have to do the right things. You have to show you're willing, and I think if you're in about and you work hard enough, then you'll be well accepted. But ultimately, then when you get to when you're trying to reach the top levels or levels, let's say Newcastle are at, for example, then any small opportunities that come around, you need your forwards to take the chances or score from them. So look, we need them to come up with goals. That's part of the job if you're a number 9, is to come up with goals. But we're happy with the way he's playing at the moment. He's helping us, and certainly beginning to get used to the Premier League and get used to being at Everton.
And in terms of him personally, is he coping okay with everything?
He is. He's just quite a quiet lad. His personality he's quite shy generally, but we see him coming out of it a little bit at times. You know, he's moved a couple of years in a row from different countries and different leagues, so we have to give him that opportunity to settle in. And I think we see it quite regularly in the Premier League, especially where, you know, a lot of players who come in don't settle in right away, and we could think of a few centre forwards at the moment who've been brought into clubs, and it's taken them a bit of time to find their feet, really.
Thank you.
Thanks, Simon. We'll go to Julia at Radio Merseyside.
Hi, Julia.
I think fans were probably surprised at how different the performances were between Man United on the Monday and then Newcastle on the Saturday. Has it surprised you yourself at the difference?
Mm-hmm. It did surprise me, because I didn't expect us to be quite as I wouldn't say low. I think for long periods in the Newcastle game we played really well. We played so well with the ball, passed it well, kept the ball, tried to do the right things. But in the elements which we needed to be physical, you know, set pieces, I think every goal, well, three of the goals certainly came from sort of first phase or second phase set pieces. We actually lost the first one from a direct corner. I think the second or third one came from a second phase corner. One of the other goals came from our long throw, which they broke away and scored on. So on those actions, we weren't correct. Either our organisation wasn't correct, but we certainly lacked physicality in the game. That's for sure. But I have to say, I think Newcastle are they're a strong team. They're a sort of heavyweight boxing team when they have to be, but they're also a terrific footballing team to go along with it.
I think people have been surprised at your comments on that about Newcastle, because they hadn't won away. So can you see why people were a bit surprised that you said we are not quite at that level?
Well, it might surprise them, but it's true.
The set piece situation as well was similar with Spurs, wasn't it, as well? The Spurs defeat at home. Do you have to work on set pieces more now, do you think?
Well, we have to concentrate better at it. As I said, it's not been something which we've been labelled with, you know, and we've not really. Hopefully, we're not there at that level. But I didn't like the way it was. I didn't like that it happened. We gave away a couple of really corner kicks which we didn't need to. I can think of that as well. So that's part of it. You know, if you're going to continue giving them away, then you've got a bigger chance of losing. I think there's something like, I don't know, maybe there used to be a number like something like every 27 or 28 corners you gave away, you were liable to concede a goal or score one from that point of view as well. So if you're going to continue giving loads away, then you're going to find that you're going to have to defend. We defended brilliantly against Manchester United. We defended the box so well, all the things. I didn't think we defended the box well against Newcastle. We're a bit too open generally, but I've said that already. I've talked about that, and it's gone as far as I'm concerned now.
You mentioned there about the Bournemouth record. It's not been the best. It's tended to be a bit of a problematic fixture. Do you find there's a different mindset in here when you get maybe a problematic fixture that's been like that?
One of these questions from Radio Mersey is going to be positive soon.
It will.
Well, I'm sure it will be. Yeah, but anyway, just to cover up on that is just to say no. I've already mentioned it, that it's not been one of our biggest or best records. But they're the sort of things we have to overcome. We have to overcome the speak. We have to overcome the records. We're trying to do it. We've done one at Man United on Monday night. We'll try and do the next one at Bournemouth.
Yeah. Is this positive then? Have you got Seamus,
Well,
Jared,
make a change
Berlin,
if you do.
Nathan Patterson? And you should have been here 2 years ago.
Yeah. Sorry.
Jared, Seamus, Merlin, Nathan Patterson are all still out. Are there any close to coming back?
No, none of them are available for the game. But as you can see, we could do. We're missing Merlin at the moment. It gives us, we're missing the extra midfield player, which we're sort of lacking a little bit just now. Obviously, Seamus as well would have given us more cover at right back if he'd been available as well. Jared's been out for most of the season. It means that we're a little bit limited to what we've got central defender wise, or even sort of making regular changes. So yeah, we're just a little bit short in some of those areas, but we'll be fine. We'll get through it, and we'll go again on Tuesday.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julia. Any further questions in the open section before we move on? No? Okay, thanks.
Thank you.